the value of labor in a new economic paradigm. At the heart of any communist framework is the recognition of labor as the cornerstone of value creation. Traditional communism, as envisioned by Marx, sought to abolish private property and centralize resource allocation to ensure equitable distribution. However, historical attempts at communism often devolved into authoritarianism, stifling innovation and personal freedom. A modern, meritocratic communism could address these flaws by leveraging AI and blockchain to quantify and reward labor transparently, while retaining private property as a motivator for individual effort. AI's ability to analyze complex datasets and optimize systems makes it an ideal tool for assessing the value of labor across diverse contexts. Unlike rigid wage systems, AI could dynamically evaluate contributions, whether intellectual, physical, or creative, based on their societal impact, complexity, and scarcity. For instance, AI algorithms could measure the economic and social utility of a teacher's work, a software developer's code, or a farmer's harvest, assigning value based on objective metrics rather than market distortions or bureaucratic fiat. Blockchain technology complements this by providing a decentralized, transparent ledger to tokenize labor value. Each unit of labor could be represented as a digital token, cryptographically secured and universally verifiable. These labor tokens would serve as a universal currency, reflecting an individual's contributions to society. Unlike fiat money, which is subject to inflation and manipulation, labor tokens would be tied directly to measurable work, ensuring fairness and accountability. The tokenization of labor on a blockchain addresses a core challenge of communism: how to equitably distribute resources without suppressing individual initiative. In this system, every individual's labor, whether coding an algorithm, building infrastructure, or providing care, would generate tokens proportional to the assessed value of their work. AI-driven smart contracts could automate this process, ensuring that tokens are issued based on predefined, transparent criteria. For example, a nurse's hours in a hospital could be evaluated not just by time spent, but by patient outcomes, complexity of cases, and societal need, with AI adjusting token issuance accordingly. These tokens could be used to acquire goods, services, or property, creating a direct link between labor and consumption. Unlike traditional communism, which often eliminated private property, this system would allow individuals to own assets, land, homes, or businesses, as long as they are acquired through tokenized labor. This preserves the incentive to innovate and invest, while ensuring that wealth accumulation is tied to genuine contributions rather than exploitation or speculation. Blockchain's decentralized nature ensures that no single authority controls the issuance or valuation of labor tokens. Instead, a network of nodes, potentially managed by communities or cooperatives, would validate transactions and maintain the integrity of the system. This decentralization prevents the concentration of power that plagued historical communist experiments, fostering a meritocratic ethos where rewards are based on contribution, not privilege. AI's role extends beyond valuation to governance. In a meritocratic communism, AI could serve as an impartial arbiter, minimizing human bias in resource allocation. For instance, AI could analyze societal needs, such as healthcare, education, or infrastructure, and prioritize labor token issuance to address shortages. This dynamic allocation would ensure that labor is directed toward areas of greatest impact, aligning individual incentives with collective goals. Moreover, AI could mitigate inequality by identifying and correcting disparities in token distribution. If certain groups, say manual laborers versus knowledge workers, consistently receive undervalued tokens, AI could adjust valuation algorithms to reflect fairness, informed by real-time data on societal outcomes. This iterative process would create a self-correcting system, unlike the rigid hierarchies of traditional communism or the unchecked inequities of capitalism. The inclusion of private property in this system is a deliberate departure from classical communism. Private property incentivizes individuals to maintain and improve assets, fostering innovation and responsibility. For example, a farmer who earns labor tokens could use them to purchase land, which they could then cultivate to generate more tokens. This cycle of effort and reward aligns with meritocratic principles while preserving the autonomy that private ownership affords. However, to prevent the excesses of capitalism, such as monopolies or rent-seeking, AI and blockchain could enforce guardrails. Smart contracts could limit property accumulation based on tokenized labor contributions, ensuring that no individual amasses disproportionate wealth without corresponding effort. Additionally, AI could monitor market dynamics to prevent speculative bubbles, maintaining a balance between individual ownership and collective welfare. While promising, this vision faces challenges. First, defining labor value is inherently subjective, even with AI's objectivity. Cultural, ethical, and regional differences could complicate valuation algorithms, requiring robust consensus mechanisms to ensure fairness. Second, the energy demands of blockchain technology raise environmental concerns, though advancements in energy-efficient consensus protocols, like proof of stake, could mitigate this. Finally, resistance from entrenched economic powers, corporations, governments, or elites, could hinder adoption, necessitating grassroots momentum or policy innovation. In conclusion, the fusion of AI and blockchain offers a path to a meritocratic communism that embraces private property,